You see, unless everybody realizes God to be one's natural inherent state of peace and joy and happiness and love, that restful disposition, then everything can be, created from that disposition, that silent disposition. Until that's realized, even just by a few of us, the world will continue as it is, full of argy-bargying, wars, I am right, you're wrong, my way's better than your way, my perspective is this, you're controlling and you're not controlling, and I want this and you want that, and you want me to make you happy and I want you to make me happy. All that egoic, childish, adolescent nonsense. Pray to God, please Lord, make me da-da-da-da-da, give me this, give me that. Santa Claus mentality. That will continue, of course it will continue, until the individual has realized this stable, this quiet, this peaceful, this silent, this happy, already happy, love bliss disposition, represented by the open hand. Egoic society with billions and billions of people that have lived from ego. I am extremely blessed, have been extremely graced to have realized that disposition, that Buddha realized, that Jesus realized, that Krishna realized, but Krishna wasn't an actual person, that many enlightened people have realized. And once realized, you do stand on your own, not in a lonely way, but you're no longer emotionally dependent on anyone or anything to make you happy. Yes, it's important that we have a roof over our heads and all that business. Yes, once you're already happy, it's not a case of living like without any cares in the world. You discriminate, you discern, you see what's shit and what's shinola. You see what is beautiful and what's beautiful. You see all the dualities of life. And you can pick and choose them because you're in that free disposition. You've got the ability. You've been graced with that ability, that which is already inherent, that ability is already there. But it's been hidden. As Jesus said, it's hidden from the wise and the prudent. What is this about? This is easier for a camel to go through an eye of a needle than for a rich man to realize heaven. That's what it's all about, realizing God, heaven, consciousness, love. Not keen on the word God because there's so many connotations. I'm not talking about a God out there with a white beard like Santa Claus. So childish and narcissistic, dwelling on yourself all the time. God realization is to realize, is to be in that place, and once you're in that place, you realize that that's it, that is the place. So be still with me and quiet with me. How long can you be quiet for without any disturbance in your body? Disturbance is the self-contraction. You see, there's nothing to do once you're in that place. You live as that place. Whatever seemingly is happening, whatever actions. Some of you may have recognized or noticed that before playing a concert, say a piano recital, the pianist will sit still at the keyboard for a short while before beginning. That place, you see, is the natural, innate, inherent place of God. The human being is both the creator and the destroyer. You know, as you play a piano chord, you're destroying, if you like, the silence prior to the piano chord. Silence is our true state. Already silent. It can't be manufactured. You can't make yourself silent. You can't make yourself relax. It's natural. It's when you just drop everything, surrender everything. And God will, if you like, take you over. That is the God, that is the state that we truly are, that is to be realized. No matter what image you have in life, no matter where you live, no matter how much money you got in your bank account, no matter how rich or how poor you are, the God state is available to everyone. It may not be apparent, of course it's not apparent. It can't be apparent to the clenched fist. Just as a plant doesn't know it needs water. A plant doesn't know it needs to be fed. But the observer knows. Now I can see what's happening. How everyone is screwing themselves up due to an emotional problem. The one who has realized God is not experiencing anything. One who has realized God is the person who is standing utterly alone, free of those egoic demands that we put on other people to make us happy. But everybody is going to die. Everybody's going to be on the deathbed. And how would you want to be on that deathbed? I simply wish to be surrendered in this place as I am now and just passed away, beautifully and naturally. But I reckon there's still a few years left in this. I'm not looking for approval or not. It's up to you what you'd want to do with your finger. Seeing clearly is not finger pointing. You see clearly the dust. You see clearly the muddles. You see clearly the tidiness. You see clearly that the plant needs watering. You see clearly it's not a criticism, it's just what it is. You see the conditional circumstance as it is. You see, because you know the names of all these objects. You know, if you didn't know the names, then you wouldn't be able to say, oh, that carpet is like that, or that candle over there, or that nut, or that plate needs washing up. You don't need labels to see that whatever it is dirty. But that's another point. So the enlightened person has no issues with anybody or anything. That doesn't mean he's not going to discern and discriminate, or she. I can see whether these glasses are mucky or not, which they are. I can see that's cleaner now. Jesus said, you have eyes but you don't see. You have ears that you don't hear. What was all that about? He's not meaning you can't see dirt. He means you can't see the silence to be God. You can't see what you're up to as Narcissus, preventing God from living you. You can't see these subtleties. How can you see? How will you learn to see? Eh? What's the solution? What's the way out of this? Just stop doing it. You see, it's a pinch. You're pinching yourself. Unpinch and stop pinching. As Eddie Dark says, it's the dreaded gumbo. All he says is redirect your feeling and attention. Take your attention from off the objects and things and desire, He says, put your attention on me and dwell on me. But people don't want to do that. You prefer the clouds to the sun. The clouds are things you can get into, the nitty-gritty, the meat. You get into that, and the nitty-gritty is entertaining you, is giving you something to do, is an occupation, an activity, instead of just playing with the conditions of life, like a child playing in the sandpit, making mud pies, enjoying cooking with mum, making a mess without intending, Adults take life too seriously because you're not in that place, that disposition, where it says in the Bible, become like children. It's the disposition we're talking about, not being childish. Thank you for listening. If you want to understand more, if you want to realize something greater than your humdrum of your daily life, and read the esoteric teachings and become a devotee of the sun, devotee of God, devotee of already happiness. One-pointed devotion.